All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the October-November 2020 PRM for variant 2.3 Cambridge O levels. Today, in this video, we will be discussing the actual content of the PRM, what the question requires of us. We'll be looking at the emulator, which is how the program is going to look like once it's finished. And we're also going to be discussing what task 1, 2, and 3 want. So what we're supposed to understand about them before we actually start making the program. So today is just an overview video. In the next video, we'll be doing the actual programming of it. But this video is highly recommended before that because it's going to be a much deeper understanding for you if you understand what the PRM actually wants. And that's what we're going to be discussing in today's video. So without further ado, let's get started. So it says that your preparation for the examination should include attempting the following practical tasks by writing and testing a program or programs. So let's say, so it says that a baguette ordering service allows customers to order filled baguettes. So what this means is that this year the program we're writing is in the perspective of a company that sells baguettes. So a baguette is, I'm sure many of you already know that, but a baguette is just a thin long sandwich, so kind of like what Subway offers. That is called a baguette, and usually how it works with them is that you get to choose what filling you want, just like you would at a Subway joint. So here, instead, what we're trying to do with the program is that instead of ordering to humans, we order to a program. We tell the program what choice we want for our fillings, our salads, our bread, etc., and then it carries forward that message to the kitchen. So the actual program we're going to write is the end that the customer can enter their data into. And so that's what the three tasks require of us, and then we have to do some additional calculations based on that, but that's for task 3. So let's read through the program. So it says that baguettes are available in two sizes, 30 centimeter and 15 centimeter. Baguettes are also available as white bread or seeded bread. So we have these three types of bread and these two sizes. So baguettes have one filling and they can have up to 3 salad items. So what this means is that baguette can either can have any one of these fillings. So this is the table where the fillings and salads are given. So this is the filling column, this is the salad column. So they can choose any one of these 6 fillings, and they can also choose any one of up to 3 of these salad items. So up to 3 means that they can choose none, they can choose 1, they can choose 2, and they can choose 3. So fillings and salad choices are these. Then customers choose the baguette option. They can confirm the order, they can alter their choices, or choose not to proceed. So once they have chosen the baguette, they're going to be shown what they have ordered, and we'll ask them whether or not they want to proceed. If they say no, then we will give them a choice that do you want to alter your choice or do you want to cancel altogether. And then if they say alter their choice, we're going to repeat all of this again. So we're going to display all the data to them again, and so forth and so on. We'll be looping until they confirm the order or cancel it altogether. So each day the ordering service calculates the number of each. So they calculate the number of the size of baguette sold, they calculate the number of the type of bread sold, and they calculate the number of the filling sold. So what this means is that at the end of the day, when every single customer has ordered what they want, we'll say that we will count up the total number of the 30 centimeter baguettes ordered. We'll count up the total number of the 15 centimeter baguettes ordered. We will count up the total of each of these types of breads, and we'll count up the total of each of the fillings sold. So we have to then write a program or programs for the baguette ordering service. Your program or programs must include appropriate prompts for the entry of data. Data must be validated on entry. So what this basically means is that the validation means that they have entered the correct type of data. They've either entered the correct format, or if data is necessary, then it must be entered, and so forth and so on. And the prompt means that before we ask them to enter the data, we actually give them an appropriate output. So what that means is that anything that says enter the choice of bread and then the space to enter the choice of bread, that string of enter the choice of bread is the actual prompt. So it says then error messages and other output need to be set out clearly and understandably. So if the user enters something that we don't want to accept, something that's a wrong value, then we tell them that it's the wrong value, and we also tell them why it is. So that the error message, which is that hey, you did something wrong, essentially, is set out clearly and understandably. The user can understand what they did wrong. So all variables, constants, and other identifiers must have meaningful names. So any variables we declare, any constants we declare, and whatever their identifiers are, which is basically the name that we recognize them by, they must have meaningful names. So they cannot just be A, B, or variable X, variable Y. They have to have names that relate to whatever their position in the program is, whatever their job is, whatever they're doing, whatever they're used for, etc. So you will need to complete these three tasks. Each task must be fully tested. So the first task is ordering. So customers are given choices on size, type of bread, filling, and salad items as shown. So basically, we're just displaying the entire menu to them. We're showing them what sizes we have, the types of bread we have, and etc. So only valid choices will be accepted. That is the validated on entry part. The customer is then asked to confirm their order, alter their choices, or choose not to proceed. So we've already discussed that. They will have a choice of what they want. So if the customer confirms their order, they are given a unique order number. So let's say if it's the first customer of the day, their order number is 1. And then as new customers come, their order number will be unique and incremented based on whatever position they were in the day. So then we have to display the baguette ordered and the order number. So we have to display the choices that they have made for their baguette, and we have to display what their order number is. And then we are done with task 1. And then task 2 is to record the choices. So this part of the PRM, this is all covered in task 2. So we have to extend task 1 to record the totals for the size, types of bread and fillings sold that day, and calculate the total number of baguettes sold that day. So uh, basically what we're doing is that we are doing all of this that we discussed earlier, and then we are also recording what the total number of baguettes was, which would also be the highest order number. So we can just use that number directly instead of having a separate counter each time we order a baguette. But again, the actual code of it will be discussed in much more detail in the next video. So task 3 is then to find the most and least popular baguette fillings. So using our results from task 2, where we calculated everything, display the most popular and least popular fillings as a percentage of the total number of baguettes sold that day. So what we're doing here is that we're saying that the total number of baguettes sold was whatever, and then we have the number of each of the fillings sold. So whatever the least number was, we will take the percentage of that, and we'll whatever the most number was, the fillings with the most number, we'll take the percentage of that as a percentage of the total number of baguettes, and we'll say that this is the least popular baguette and that is the most popular baguette. So that is the completion of task 3. And so now you know what each of the tasks is required to do. Let me go ahead and open up the emulator so that we can take a more detailed look at what the task requires of us. Okay, so here we have the emulator, which is the way that our code is going to look once we're done writing it. This, of course, we're going to be writing it in pseudocode, but should we have implemented that pseudocode in an actual programming language, this is what it would look like. So essentially, everything that we're going to write in the next video, or that we will be showing in the next video, the actual code of it, this is exactly what it would do in real life. So once we open it up, the customer is given the choice of baguette size, so they can enter any of their choices. Choice number 1 is 15 centimeter, choice number 2 is 30 centimeter. So let's say I want a 30 centimeter sandwich. I enter 2. Then it says that we have the types of bread. So we have the white bread, we have the brown bread, and we have the seeded bread. So we then enter the choice. Let's say I want seeded bread. And then it says baguette fillings. So it says these are the 6 types of fillings, which again correspond to this table. So each of the fillings and each of the salads are going to correspond into everything we see here. So here we have beef, chicken, cheese, egg, tuna, turkey, the same way here. And then each of them is given a number, and whichever one we want to choose, we choose that number. So let's say I want 4. And then we have salad options. Here we are given the choice of would we like to add salads to your baguette, because remember we were allowed to add up to 3 salad items. So we can add 0, we can add 1, 2, or 3. So let's say, yes, indeed, I want to add a salad item. Notice how it says capital Y, capital N, but we can enter either for reasons we will discuss in the next video. And so it says you may choose up to 3 more salads because we have ordered none. So enter your next choice. Let's say I'm entering 2 because I want tomato. So tomato is 2. And then it says, would you like to add another salad? Because again, they have a choice of how many they want to add, up to 3. So I say, yes, I do. Then it says you may choose up to 2 more salads. Enter your next choice. I say I want to enter sweet corn. Then it says, would you like to add another salad? For the sake of showing you how it looks, let's just say yes. I may order up to 1 more salad. This time I want 5. And so now it says that this is the baguette you have ordered. So you have ordered a size 30, a bread seeded, filling egg, and salads as tomato, sweet corn, and peppers. So I say, yes, this is indeed the order I have. And then it says my order number is 1 because I'm the first customer who has entered this. So now if I say I want to order another baguette, it would run all of this process again, and then it would just say that your order number is 2, and then so forth and so on until I'm done. So let's just say that no, we don't want to order another baguette. Let's say that the shop is closing down, so this is going to be no. And then it just does task 2 and task 3, where it says that the most popular baguette filling was egg with an order of 100% because that's the only one I've ordered. And then it says the least popular baguette filling was chicken with an order of 0%. And so that is how our program is going to look once we're done with it. Of course, these percentages will change a lot depending on how many baguettes we order throughout the day. But essentially, this is what the program is going to look like. Of course, there's a lot more elements to it. There's a validation where if I entered a wrong value, it would go through a loop and tell me to do it again. And there's a lot more parts as to altering it and to changing it. But that's all for when we go into detail about the actual code of it. I'll be showing you each and every part of the code and what it's supposed to do. So that's for then. This is a brief overview of what our code is supposed to do, what our task requires of us, and how our program is going to look once we're done with it. So by now, I hope you have at least a somewhat brief understanding of what our PRM is supposed to require of us. Um, and so now when we move on to the next video, hopefully you can understand why we're doing what we're doing. Of course, we'll be going back through the PRM and I'll be explaining everything again, but it will be much more brief and and I hope that from here you'll be able to carry this knowledge forward and this understanding so that we may begin to understand the code. So that's it for this video. I hope you got an understanding of it, and I will see you next time when we discuss the actual code. Have a good day.